Problem is it takes forever to start to get a game here. Fuck this now. Well, isn't that convenient? Excellent. All right, let me get this announcement up. All things considered, shouldn't be that. There we go. All right, let me get the pop-out chat working. And that should actually be all I need to really talk to people and stuff while I'm doing this. I think I need to, I don't understand these type of moves. I actually don't at all. They're generally not like, these type of moves are generally not great ways to start games. You lose a little bit, so you just connect when someone does this. Yeah, that doesn't really help him. Like, this trade is not good for black. Neither is this, really. I don't understand the style of play because, like, you're giving white so much. Like, you're not getting anything if you're black. I'm not gonna, like, force this up. That's just kind of stupid, but realistically, you're not getting much if you're black here. And I don't really see the whole purpose of you doing this. Because, like, this is just really inefficient. It's extremely inefficient for black. And you can't give up those stones. And plus, if you do this, you still don't really have eye space. Probably should have just gone over there instead, but regardless, you still don't really have eye space over here. I could do this. Comes up here, I go here, he has to make, I can just go this way, and he's basically dead. Not only is this bad for black, it's also gote for black. So black didn't actually gain anything from this. He lost all this territory. It's gote for him. Oh wait, no, it's sente for him. I messed up. Never mind. But that's actually fine. I get basically another free move. I should have killed it, but I get another free move. But I do get another free move off of this. That is how he kills me. But I do get another free move off of this, and it's not necessarily a huge win for him. Now, I should have killed this. I don't know why people do that either. I just feel like these kind of moves just aren't very effective, I would say, for gaining territory. Now I did mess up there. Because, yes, you are, I suppose, technically gaining territory, but, I mean, you're not doing yourself any favors here. Okay, that doesn't work for me, but I'll just do this. This is not good for you. What is he doing? If I do that, you know what? I'm just going to kill this. I mean, I should probably do that, but I'm just going to kill this. This is a lot of territory for me. And plus, like, he doesn't actually gain anything from this. It's not like he's safe. So I don't, like, this way of playing is one of those ways. I mean, I screwed up here, sure, but this way of playing is one of those ways of playing that if your opponent doesn't actually know how to deal with certain things, it works pretty well. But if your opponent, like, let's say, does actually know how to deal with, like, certain things, it doesn't work well at all for you. Just a lot of this stuff I don't understand. Okay, he can actually go here, and that would actually pose an issue for me. What is getting everyone to... Well, I want to get more people to the Dan level. I want to get more people to like a 1 Dan level of play, so we have more opponents in the Dan levels. That's one of the main things with OG. That's one of the main things that's actually wrong with OGS, is that there's just not enough players at the Dan level. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. If I don't do that, there might be some... I don't know why you would do that, but there might definitely be some issues. Actually, I think he was dead if, like, playing this, I think I was dead if he just did that. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to just jump in here. Okay. That's actually not... I should probably just connect, but that's actually not good for him. I don't think he has many ways of actually killing me, first of all. And there's not much territory to actually be gained in here. So he doesn't actually have many ways to actually get territory at this point. I'm already ahead out here, more or less, and there's just not that much territory to be gained for him, you know. Like, I'm not really that threatened by this. And if he gets this territory, I don't really care all that much. Black's pretty much Black is way behind in this game now because he didn't focus on getting territory. Um, like Black legitimately has no territory right now. I'm just gonna connect here so he doesn't kill this group. He has this, but that's about. I think he's pretty far behind. Like, he has this because I messed up here. I forgot about his extension down, but he doesn't actually have any other territory. Okay. Actually, no, that was a bad move. Okay. Or not. Um, there's no reason to do that. It doesn't really matter. Realistically, none of these moves get him really any territory. It is problematic if he goes down there, though, I'll give you that, because I have to kind of do that. But um, first of all, he can't kill me now. So I'm going to just. He could possibly, but I'm going to see if he knows how to kill me. I'm going to do that. But he can get this territory here, I guess. Sort of, maybe. Maybe not. That is the correct response. I don't think he can kill me because I have too much eye space in here, though. And once I do this, I'm alive. That's actually not Sente. Um, yeah, pretty sure that's not Sente. Um, there's an eye here, whether he does something or not. I don't really need that, I guess. It's actually closer. It's actually quite a bit closer than I thought, actually, because this is actually a decent amount of territory here, and I didn't actually scrap up enough for myself, even though I got most of the corners. I really did screw this up. Okay, I can trade one for the other. I just don't know if it's actually worth it right now. Don't think it's actually worth it right now. Okay, he missed that, so I'm just going to come down this way. Now he's lost. Because you can't counter squeeze. I think he was actually winning before that. Of course, I don't really count right most of the time, so I don't know for sure. You have to watch the liberties here, but I have 4, he has 3. Just going to do that. This? No, I think I actually have to answer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If he, yeah, I have to answer that. I think this is fine. Go here first. Can he do anything here? I don't think so. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's anything here, right? Yeah, if he jumps, I can come here. Jumps, I can just do this. I think I have enough liberties to fend this off. Maybe not. We'll see. He actually might have been ahead before this exchange. Probably was. If I get desperate, I can just give up the points here. Yeah, this is fine. At most, he can kill some of the points in here. Yeah, I think I'm one ahead. Kind of risky play, though. Definitely kind of a risky play. shit. Did I just kill myself? I think I did. Oh, did I just fight this Ko? No, I'm fine. Oh, hang on. That's a Ko, isn't it? It's a freaking Ko, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Ko. Dang it, I forgot about this. This is a Ko. It's not one I can afford to fight, really. This is a Ko. I forgot about this. I always get tricked into something like this. And he has quite a few Kos, unfortunately. No, I might have played it wrong. Yeah, he has quite a few Kos. I unfortunately don't actually have that many. And I don't think, a lot of them I don't know if they're big enough to be actually considered the Kos. I didn't calculate this out entirely. I didn't really calculate this out entirely. Oh, that's not a Ko. Ah, snap. Whatever. That's not actually a Ko. Unless he plays it wrong. I can only get these 5. It's not actually a Ko. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but I can't actually. He has an I there. Ah, snap. I can only get those 5. I keep missing these things. Yeah. I can only get those 5, unfortunately. I can't do that. Uh, yeah, it's fine, actually. That is fine. Anything with a bulky 5? Which bulky 5? Would you do that? That I don't understand. Okay, you can't do that. Upper right corner, the last move of a sequence. I'm gonna. I'm actually gonna review this. I know I played this wrong. Shoot. Oh dang, that's bad. That was not worth it for me. Probably just lost the game there. Because if he connects, then yeah. That was not worth it for me. I forgot about that. Yeah, I completely screwed that up. So I just tossed him like 10 points there. The other thing is I should have just fixed after playing Fox. I might be I might just be using too I might be just too used to the Fox like quick style of play, I suppose, but not really an excuse. He also just played the end game pretty well. I screwed up a bunch of times in the end game. Like without that, I definitely won. But I'm pretty sure he won now because I completely screwed that part up. I don't know. I'm actually still pretty far ahead. See, I actually really suck at counting. I guess this was a lot bigger than I thought. It's the thing. I was like probably like 40 points ahead before I sacked this. Yeah, I'm actually really bad at counting, but I made a lot of mistakes here at the end. I tossed him like 10 points here at the end because I forgot about this. And then of course this in here, obviously like I actually made a really big mistake on as well for this in here. But he played like really aggressively in the beginning, and that actually cost him like a huge advantage. Yeah, this is a lot. This is actually a lot bigger than I actually thought. And plus, like, I had a lot of here and here, so yeah. He lost by about 17 points, so I really hope he just accepts the score, and then we can move on to the review. Like once you see all the counting here, and it's counted all the points. So I actually was ahead by quite a bit more here, by about 20. And then I screwed up and gave him like a bunch of points there. But let's actually go back. I'm pretty sure there was something in that because I was ahead by like 30 something points. Let's actually go back here to start. So this is not a good way to start. This is actually not a good way to start. This definitely favors white over black. This definitely favors white over black a little bit when I expand here. You get this thickness here, but you're giving up a little too much down there. Also, like this is, I mean, like just go with the regular. Just go with the regular Joseki here. This is a really, really weird type of pincer. I don't understand that type of pincer. That's like here, like you're spending three stones to surround. So you're spending three stones to surround this one stone. There's not much territory there. And then you're spending like more stones to sort of capture this stone. It's not very efficient. You do build up some influence, but it's not very efficient. Yeah, I mean, this fight is not going to work. I just screwed up here in the end by not extending down here. I definitely should have just extended. I should have just killed this, and white would be way, way ahead. He's pretty good at like technically killing this group because that I think was one of the. I mean, he could have also just gone straight down too, but he didn't actually make another mistake there. But it did give me another stone to actually. It did give me another stone to actually approach with. See, like these little knights moves in, they're not good moves. They leave too many. They leave too many like cuts and they leave too many cuts, and you end up just giving up a lot without gaining too much. Realistically, I probably should have done this. I didn't really calculate this out. He still would have been dead. I should have just done that. Because if he plays here, I can just play here. Or, yeah, so I think I screwed up there. So, I mean, I didn't screw up, but I played too conservatively and coming down. This is always going to be a crux point here. Yeah, see, like he's not black just doesn't have much territory. Like this is it, and he's giving me this side and over here. So I'm wondering, like, if he just does this and does that, I don't know if I'm actually alive or not. I guess I can do this, yeah, and just cut out this way. He has to connect. I don't think I'm alive here. I might be. Yeah, I am alive because if he does that, I can just do this. So I am alive here. Okay. It's good to know. It's good to know that. Also, crawling on the bottom here is not good. You're giving up too much thickness up top. Here, you should just attack this group. Here, you should 100% just attack this group. It's hard to make eyes down here, and I think like this group's not in that much danger. I mean, this is pretty much alive because you can just cut if I do that. So I would definitely just attack that group if I was black. This was a bad move by me. I didn't read out if this was actually alive or not. It actually is, so I should have just come up this way. That did, like, this really didn't make any sense because since both these groups are alive now, there's no point in making this move. Also, like, I don't think I'm threatening you here, so I would still just attack this group. Like, it's critical to attack these white stones because black doesn't have enough territory. That's not good. Giving me a way out there. You're trying to make this territory, but there's not much to actually make there. And see, like, you're kind of confined to just this much territory. Yeah, that's also a mistake. I could, well, I mean, I'm just going to take the easy way and do this. And since I'm playing one over here, like, this is pretty much connected as well. I still think you should have just done, I mean, that's the thing I was looking at, obviously. But you can opt to do something like this, but this would give it some trouble though. But remember, like, my group here is still very weak, so I wouldn't actually want to do this. Yeah, so when I actually do this, you should come down and just do that. Because like I said, like my group here is very, very weak. So I have to come out this way, but then I'd be running this out as well, and you could just kill me like that. And the only thing I could do is do this, but then if you extend out, like, my group here is like kind of dead. So that's not something I would actually want to do. So yeah, this was a mistake by me, but you should have just pushed and killed it. This doesn't serve any real purpose because I can still block and cut off this group, and like, you should definitely try to attack this group right now. Like, do something like this, and if that happens, the center group grows. Well, the thing is, if I take this cut, like, I have two weak groups now, and this group is probably dead if I try to do that. So I wouldn't want to separate out two weak groups. But here in this case, you definitely want to attack the center group. I don't have any, like, if I do this, I have one eye, right? And that's not enough to live. So it is going to be really hard for you to kill this group because I have connectors like over here. But you might be able to get some kind of advantage. Also, I have a connector over here. So it is actually really hard for you to kill this group. So this is always here. I can't do that. I would have to take the lower. I think you probably win this one. Oh no, I win this one. I'm up by one liberty there, so you wouldn't be able to do that. So basically what you would do is you would do this and then come this way. So you can decrease that territory like that. And it is Sente for you, so it's fine. I shouldn't have done this. I didn't calculate out the liberties here, so that's why I shoved in here. But I'm just going to live here. I don't think this was actually under threat in any way, but I'm just going to live there just in case. This is not Sente, so you don't want to play it right now. That is Sente. You do have to do that. There's very little point in doing this. This is one of those things where I just get greedy. It's definitely one of those things where I just get greedy. So there's other ways to do this as well. Like I'm ahead by 40 points, right? I should have counted. I'm ahead by 40 points. I could have just done this really easily, and I would be alive. If you like if you know you're ahead, like if you're in my position right now and you know you're ahead and you can't calculate this stuff out, just go ahead and do this, because this is like you lose a couple of points, but you are for sure going to win the game. So just make sure you win the game. This is a teaching game. Like if this wasn't a teaching game, I would have just done that, because there's nothing in here and I'm ahead by so much. It doesn't really matter at this point, right? But so the other thing is, if I just see, the thing is like, he can still come up. Oh wait, no. Oh, why did I do that? I thought he could snap back, but man, my brain's just totally goofing. My brain's totally goofing. Like this is a double take. I was looking at that. I'm like, no, I'm sure I can kill this, but I don't know why I missed the fact that I can take that stone in the corner. I thought he would snap back, but there's actually no snap back. So I did something really dumb there. So there was actually nothing there. My brain just like, I just like brain farted too much. I just like brain farted, honestly. That might have actually just killed me altogether. Oh, wait, hang on, no. No, he can't do that, actually. My bad. Yeah, he's behind by one here, so he can't actually do that. Because if he does that, then he's dead anyways. So he did have to Hane. Wait. Might have been able to do this, though. That probably was better for him, most likely. But either way, not really sure how that works exactly. Like, that doesn't work for him. This is what he did. He has to do that. I have to pull this out. He can do this, go down this way. Then connect this. This is probably better for black overall. That's probably better for black overall than what came out. Because yeah, that was more for black overall. Whoops. Oh wait, this whole thing was dead. I could have just so I could have just connected this, and then we would have code for like. No, but I can't connect that. How is that negative 76? Because this thing's alive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't see how this is negative 76. Maybe I'm missing something. I can't actually cut here, because then he can just take this. This is all like still alive right here. I can go here, but yeah, he can connect. That OGS reading doesn't really make any sense. Oh no, no, this is talking about black. He could actually charge here and do this. And then like this whole group would be dead. That's what I missed. That's what I missed. So he should have done like this first, because then I would have been completely screwed, because I would have had to connect. He could actually do this. But I can't find a way to connect all the groups, so this would all be dead. That's what we missed. I think playing at Fox might actually be like destroying my game. And the rest of this is finishing up. I was way ahead, but I definitely missed a couple of big kill moves there. So yeah, like the starting of the game wasn't great for Black. His directional play down here, just like trying to randomly cut me, didn't work out for him. We made a lot of big goof ups here. We actually made a lot of big goof ups here, and he could have easily won the game there, but he missed a big play here, and I screwed up in the corner over here as well. So that was a very interesting game. A lot of mistakes were actually made, but generally, like aside from the screw ups, what really made me pull ahead was like just the misdirection and like trying to randomly cut people without reading. If you randomly try to bump and cut people without reading, there's a limit on how good you can be based on that, because like it only works if the other player is like weaker than you are. If the other player is stronger than you are, the randomly cutting and bumping is not going to ever work, because that player then actually knows how to deal with the stuff that you're throwing at him. Whereas like if he's weaker than you are, like yeah, it's going to work, but if he's weaker than you are, you can just play regularly and win as well. So that type of play is very typical of Fox players. But if people like, for people that understand how like, go shapes work and stuff, it's actually really hard to pull off against other players. And there is a definite limit on how much you can actually do with that kind of play. Because as long as the opponent knows how to respond like decently, they're probably going to win, because they're going to gain advantages due to your over-aggression. But he had a chance to win that, definitely. I'm going to play another one. Definitely going to play another one. All right, 8Q game. We'll do handicap 3 this time. Like we'll do handicap 3 this time. It's his move. Oh, disconnect. Disconnections are more problematic at OGS than on Fox. Disconnections are definitely more prevalent at OGS than on Fox. I don't know why. I think there's like just many different countries on OGS playing, and that's why disconnections are more prevalent on OGS. I'm going to play a little bit more standard. I think also in even games, I'm a little bit... I think on even games, I'm a little bit more careful as well on what group is alive and what group is dead, but I will miss a lot of those other things. Yeah, Fox is the Chinese Go server. There's a lot more players on Fox. There's a ton more players on Fox than on OGS. Generally, that's not really going to be answered if you play this. It's not that threatening to these stones. The kick is pretty standard, actually. The kick is actually pretty standard overall. It doesn't secure the corner, but it gives you dibs on the corner. Chinese rules too, I guess. It's Chinese rules, so you have to fill in all the dames. That is one thing that really annoys me on Fox, that you have to fill in all the dames. That's not a good move. It's not big enough. Just approach this. But this is too low. If you're going to play here, you want to play N3. I'm going to take this thing. Definitely want to play N3 if you want to play that. That's also a little too small. I don't think I'm going to answer that. I'm going to force here. Now here you would probably, now here you would most likely invade. That's definitely not good. There is, but both players actually have to agree to automatic counting. A lot of players a lot of times one of the players, like one person doesn't actually agree to automatic counting. This is, yeah, that's no good. Actually, I don't know if that was smart or not. I might just leave that for right now. I might as well just, oh wait, no, he has the other thing. Oh, I can't do that. I can't actually do that. Well, that's problematic. I can't actually do that. It's quite problematic. No, well, I can snap back here though, but that would cause other problems with this stone. So I don't know if I really want to do that. There's small differences. There are small differences with Chinese rules. Most definitely. There are most definitely like smaller, like slight differences with Chinese rules. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted him to do. I'm pretty sure he loses this one now. No, I mean, if you wanted any chance, you had to go down here. That I think I can just ignore. This is very important. That's a huge loss right there for white, for black, obviously. I'm going to try to attack this group. I don't think there's that much to attack, and I really need to come up this side. So if I do this, he can come down here and then peep here. So I'm going to connect over here. I don't want to do this tiger's mouth because then this head is soft if I do that. There's not much I can actually attack in terms of this group. It's actually fairly strong. No, Fox isn't browser based. That, a lot of times at this point, you just wouldn't answer. I'm going to go ahead and answer it, though. It is actually fairly large. That I don't need to answer right now because I did that down there. think you almost have to block that one. This is giving me too much potential this way. And because you give me so much potential this way, I'm going to try to capitalize on that potential by jumping this. This is a decent amount of territory he's gotten, though. See, for this, if you just let me get this territory, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I'm not going to try to swallow this stone. Black doesn't have any potential for territory here. So if you just let me get this whole thing, I'm more than happy. If you're going to do that, I'm just going to block this. There's not much way you can come in over there. Now for black, in this position, he needs to attack these four. Well, it's hard to attack those 4 stones. But what he needs to do is he needs to attack these 4 stones to maybe make some territory here. It's difficult, though. It's very difficult to do that. Because he gave up a lot of territory just right here. Hey, guys. I think you would probably peep if you wanted to attack these stones. Yeah, at this point, I've already won, more or less. But the thing is, like, you couldn't let me make this much territory here. If you actually, yeah. So that game basically turned here, and obviously the loss at the corner really hurt him as well. So this is more about the start of the game more than anything else, right? Once again, this is not, I mean, it's not a horrible move, but this isn't necessary right now. You just want to secure the corner. This isn't threatening enough of a move for white to actually answer. I know like a lot of similar rank people would probably play this, and that's fine, but the corner is going to be bigger. Also, since you have Sinte anyways and you made this, like your next move should probably be to put pressure on this group. This is just not big enough. And if you wanted to come over here, you would play this. But realistically, right now, I think this is bigger. I think this is bigger. And if you want to play over here, play this instead of the lower line. Ramming head on into this is not a good idea. If you want to secure, you either do F17 or possibly G17. Here, I would probably just invade, though. Because you separate these two groups. So now he's got one weak group here that he doesn't want you to surround, and he's got another weak group here. So when he pushes you this way, these three really aren't under that much threat. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. These three really aren't that much under threat, and you're putting you're putting 2 of his groups under threat and attacking 2 at once. I could have done this, but I didn't want him to actually invade. So that's why I went ahead and did that's why I did the more passive play. It's the safer play. I think this is definitely the next play you do here. Definitely that. You definitely don't want to answer this. I think here you would just leave it alone. If you wanted to answer, you could do this and then go down here or something like that. I think you would just leave this alone. You could Hane here and maybe force, I don't know, I think this ladder actually works for white right now, so I probably wouldn't need to, but if this ladder didn't work, you would force white to actually do that, and now you have the corner. This is too passive of a move right now. You're giving white too many sentes. So this is not a good invasion right now. You can counter. You can always do that. Be fighting kind of this ko, but that's not actually good for white. You can just always connect as well. And you still have the corner. So this invasion has several responses. I was also kind of afraid of this one, but this one might actually cause problems for black as well. I'm from the United States. So like this, like I think this is actually this is actually a much better result for black than what happened. But yeah, the best response is actually that. This is also okay, I guess. Like for me, I might have just gone down this way, but then you sort of have this. But not really right now, because I can just take this right now. But yeah, this puts... this is okay because it puts a little bit more pressure. I would probably just jump out this way, though. Going here, I'm going to go here. That's too passive. Like, if you want to fight, you would do this, but I don't think this actually works. No, I'm not from Japan. I'm originally from China. So, like, I don't actually think that works for you here, because... I don't even know if this works for you, honestly. I don't think there's a sente way for you to do this. I mean, that definitely doesn't favor black either. So, yeah. But if you want to repair this, if you want to actually repair this right now, you would go over and force me to jump. Because otherwise, like, you're giving up too much. Like, just doing this and then letting me come down here, it's too clean. That you shouldn't really do, because I'm not going to respond to this right now. Just going to come up here. This move is actually crucial, because this is sente for you, and it's really, really crucial for your shape. Yeah, that's actually okay. I could have also ignored this, because I don't really, well, I guess I could have done this as well, but then this head is kind of soft, so I just connected here. It's fine. You could do this. I mean... this doesn't actually favor me, so I don't know. I don't think I would have done that. It's there, yes, but if I opt to go this way, like, I can live, but I'm sacrificing the top, so I wouldn't actually do that. This I'm almost sure you have to. I'm almost sure you have to block. Then come out here and basically fight with me here. The thing is, like, it's really hard to... It's very, very difficult for... It's very, very difficult for me to kill your group here. I can do this, but if you just jump out, like, there's so many ways you can... Like, there's so many ways you can actually do this. Like, you can come over here, threaten this down here, and then just come out this way. Or, like... You know, you can just kind of jump out that way if you really needed to. Because it's very... I mean, I would try to attack both of these groups at the same time. And this is why J15 was so crucial. But the thing is, like, there's so many problems for white here that it's very hard for him to actually attack you. If he does that, you can just jump out this way. Or even just, you know, like, Atari this. And it is incredibly hard. It is very, very difficult for him to actually, like, really attack your group. So going over here and letting me go through, getting me the Hane, that's just bad. Here, you can't really afford to let me get this territory right now. You've got to play this right. You've got to play something more. You've got to play something a little bit more. Maybe just play this and play here. You've got to play something that reduces this territory a lot. You definitely have to play something that reduces this territory a lot without being trapped yourself. Because here, I don't have a good way to surround you, right? Here, I really don't have a good way to surround you. And though I don't have a good way to, and though I don't actually have a good way to surround you, like if you play something like this, you have a way to connect to these stones here. I don't really have a good way to surround you. And if I want to settle for territory, I would have to settle for like this territory. Whereas like, since you actually played here, I can settle for a much, much greater swath of territory. And that swath of territory is going to let me win the game. So once again, you need to figure out what you actually need to do to win the game. This you generally, in this case, you would almost always do this because the cut's just kind of annoying. And if you do this, you know, like or even if you just head here and make me get this territory, it's a lot less than what I actually got in the end. So, and here, like, this is way too passive as well. This is way too passive as well. You absolutely need to do this. Like, you at least, like, since you played here, you absolutely need to make me settle for at least, like, this amount of territory. Because the thing is, like, I'm not trying to kill your group right now. Like, I'm really not trying to threaten or kill your group right now. I'm basically trying to get the most points possible, because if I get enough points here, I'm going to win anyways. So, like, if I can just use this to get all this territory, I'm perfectly fine with that, you know? So you're being a little too you're not reading the state of the board, and you're being a little too passive here, which is letting me get all the advantages. Because realistically, like, if I get this territory, like, you're not going to win. I'm 13K. So I think, like, memorizing a couple of simple Josekis would actually be good, because, like, if you know them, at least you won't take a disadvantage in the very beginning of the game. Whereas if you don't know any Josekis, like, you're going to take a disadvantage. Like, if you play against me and you know Josekis, it's a lot harder for me to win because you know even trades. If you're playing against someone of similar strength, like, if you're playing against someone of similar strength, know the Josekis, but also, like, study how you can take advantage of things if your opponent screws up the Joseki. Because around 13K, people screw up, like, Josekis all the time. This is a decent shape move, but it's really not necessary right now because you're not really under threat. And yeah, like, trading this with this just gives me a lot more territory. I don't really know what face to you is. So here, once again, like, so here once again, you need to read the state of the board. The thing is, like, you've actually given up all this territory. So you've given up all this territory. You're very far behind. So you need to make some territory in here. So you need to actually attack these stones. This is not very threatening because it gives me this move. Once I make this move, attacking this group becomes a lot harder. So what you need to do is make threatening peeps like this, and then do something like this to maybe get this territory in here. But this is very hard because I can come up this way. But you would actually do something like this, and then maybe do something like this to threaten this group. Now, this group is pretty near impossible to kill, honestly. This group is very near impossible to kill. But you should actually try to threaten it at least. Because that's basically either killing this group or getting enough advantages by threatening it is the only way you're going to come back in this game. And that the game ends right there because there's no way he's pulling back from this. So like you have to read the state of the board, know how to answer some of the corner stuff. Like know actually how to answer some of the corner stuff, and like learn some of the more threatening moves as well. And also like when your opponent's making territory, you have to realize like how much you can give and how much you can't. Because like I don't have to kill your like if I don't have to kill your group to win, I'm not going to try too hard to kill your group. I'm just going to try to do what's necessary to actually win the game. And that's what's the most important thing in Go. Like a lot of lower Q players make the mistake of like trying to overreach or trying to underreach because they don't read the state of the board and they don't really understand like whether they're ahead or behind. And being able to gauge that, like I'm actually not that great at doing that, but I'm a lot better than a lot of the lower ranked players, and like I'll play more passively or more aggressively based on whether I think I'm behind or ahead. And that's why like I think like the Fox score estimator actually shouldn't exist, because that like everyone uses it. Like literally everyone uses it on Fox. Like even if someone's behind by 0.5 points, like they'll resign like right at the end of the game. Like you're definitely using that score estimator all the way through, because there's no way you could decide you're behind by 0.5 points unless you use that estimator. So that shouldn't exist, because that actually is a tool that doesn't exist in like actually like head-to-head play for the most part. And it affects the way you play, but everyone does use it on Fox. I know that for a fact. It doesn't actually change the win-loss outcome of a lot of games for me, but because it's not that useful until the end, but people do use it in the end game a lot. So that's how this game goes. Like and subscribe, hit the bell notifications button. I will be back on Monday, and I will see you guys later.